Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I just want to go over one more time what we just did, just our practice. What do you call it? The way that you practice, or practice, there's a word for it. Anyway, so in most music, you have these really great measure lines that make little boxes that you could practice. Sometimes you go over a little bit, sometimes you do just little pieces, but think about the phrase. You know, first of all, you have to learn the deal, right? Be very consistent with your fingering. And when you learn it, play it, right? You're reading it, you love reading, yeah, and then look at your hand. Stop looking at the music. Look at your hand. That will help build your confidence in, yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing it right, and I can do this. This part. Same thing. Perfect fingering every time. Play it enough. You know, you can read it. But then look at your hand. Forget about the music. If you have to put it somewhere else, put it somewhere else. I find moving it out of the way and not giving yourself the option of looking at it is a very powerful suggestion to your brain. It's like, you got to do this. Anyway, so then we go back, and so we're gonna, part of the practice is you're gonna be looking at it to learn it, but then looking at your hands to memorize it, and testing yourself, making sure that you can do it without the music. So that first part of the phrase starts on your B flat, and it's B flat. So we're gonna start just, right? And you don't have to play with perfect time yet. You can be pausing and make sure if you go here and you go, okay, I know the next one, so I'm gonna just start, okay. And you can do that kind of thing just to get the pieces worked in. Right? So you've got that. Be able to do it looking at the music and looking at your hands again. So I'm just, you can just loop that little part. And then we're moving on to, so just the first part of measure 3. Make sure your fingers are doing what they're gonna be doing. I don't care what your fingering is gonna be, but just do it however you like it. And this one starts in the beginning. So it's together, together, right, together, together. Right? Together, together, right, together, together. So you're looking at the page right now, and then you're looking at your hand. Right? And then add the last. Right? And then challenge yourself. And then put the pieces together. See if you can. Look at your hands. Memorize it. Once you can do that, excuse me, that, well, how do we unlock that? Then practice, and you can adjust the speed so you can make it slow at first. This is pretty slow, but it's gonna feel very high pressure, which is good. By the time you get to this part, by the way, we are not looking at the music at all. Once you get to the loop, it's just one little phrase. You got it, right? And you go. Or if you gotta wait a second. That kind of thing. Okay. I just want to briefly talk about the second part, Okay, this you can practice on its own as well. Both of these little tasty nuggets start on the B flat in your left hand. So not only should you understand the count, like this is beat 4, but also just knowing that the pattern is this. That's a unique note in the pattern, so you know that the phrase starts on the B flat. You don't have to worry that it's beat 4. So this one, you're gonna practice it. Oh, sorry. Okay. So you can practice it this way. So what I'm trying to show you is there's the main notes, the target notes that are on the beat. Da, da, da. All this is just fluff. All those. So if you get in your brain, especially with the left hand, what the main notes are, then hopefully you can be a bit more relaxed. And the next one is the same rhythm. So once you can do that, just put on your little.
Such a cool song.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So to get to that point though, it has to be just memorized, because it's when you're playing music, you want it shouldn't sound like you rehearsed it. It should always sound like it's coming off the top of your head, no matter what it is. The most difficult virtuosic thing that you practice for 3 years every day. When you perform it, it just should sound like it's coming off the top of your head. And that's where the magic is. But you have to be looking at your hands. Don't look at the music.